Hi, Kevin here. Today I'm going to show you how to make some gluten-free bacon and egg breakfast wraps. And the first thing we need is the bacon. And what I have here is just some ordinary bacon. It's my supermarket brand. And the bacon seems to be fairly wide cut. Not thick cut, but it's sort of wide. And I'm going to bake it rather than fry it because when you're dealing with a lot of bacon, it's much easier to bake it. So preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and then just line up the bacon on a baking sheet. See if I can move you a little closer. There we are. Yeah, and the reason I'm making these breakfast wraps is because we have a new freezer. Actually, it's our first freezer ever, a standalone freezer, and I need to fill it up. And since Mr. Fox doesn't eat gluten, but he always eats breakfast, I thought I'd surprise him with these breakfast wraps. Usually he buys these frozen breakfast things that are very expensive and there's not much food in them. Here we go. Yeah, this is 16 ounces or 1 pound of bacon, and I think I'm going to be able to fit almost all of it here. One more over here. And of course the bacon is going to shrink as it cooks. And I'm going to let this cook for 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see how crisp it is after 20 minutes, and if we need to add extra time, we will. Okay, there it is. So this is going into the 400 degree oven, again, for at least 20 minutes. So we'll be back. Well, while the bacon is cooking, we might as well make the wraps. And I've actually made these gluten-free wraps for you in the past, but I'll do it again, just very quickly. Move you in a little more. Alright, so what you need is 1 cup of almond flour. And you should be able to find almond flour in any supermarket. And also 1 cup of tapioca flour. Tapioca flour is also available in at least most supermarkets. And 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to whisk that quickly. Yeah, these wraps are super delicious. Fix this so you can see. By delicious, I mean addicting. And they do freeze well. And then add 1 cup of milk and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just going to whisk all of this together. Okay, the batter's made. Let me move you over to the stove and we'll cook these off. Okay, I have my skillet over medium heat, and I'm going to give it a little spritz of non-stick spray. And then in goes slightly less than a ½ cup of the batter. And then you want to immediately swirl the pan to create more or less a 7-inch diameter disc. My first one is not particularly disc-like, but that's all right. I have a spatula handy. I'm going to cook this just until it turns spotty brown on the underside. And this will cook very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and flip this. This is like making crepes. And this other side only has to cook, for like 15 seconds. It's done. So I'm going to transfer it to a wire rack. And then I'll cook off the remaining batter and come right back. Okay, here's the final wrap. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, there goes my oven. The bacon is ready. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, here's the bacon. And of course, it smells wonderful. Well, the whole house smells wonderful now. I'm going to let this cool for just a little bit on a wire rack, and then I'll show you what to do with the bacon grease. And I forgot to show you the wraps. I managed to get 8 wraps out of that batter. Very beautiful, they're really flexible, so it's going to be very easy to roll up some bacon and eggs in these. All right, on to the eggs. And for these, I'm using local eggs from free-range chickens. These are large eggs. And I've already put 6 in the bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, and I'm going to add 2 more to make that 8 eggs. And I wanted to show you that when you break an egg, never crack it on the edge of the bowl, because that will force eggshells into the white and the yolk. So break the egg on a flat surface and you won't have any shells in the works. And 1 more. Okay, and then just whisk them up. First beat down on the yolks to break them up. And then whisk. And I know some people like to add milk or cream in their eggs, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to cook them over low heat. I will, however, add a little bit of pepper, since there's already salt in the wraps. And there's salt, of course, in the bacon. So just pepper for this. Although I could add a little bit of nutmeg, that wouldn't be bad. In fact, that might be very good. So if you want to add nutmeg, go right ahead. Okay, back to the stove. Okay, so I have my skillet over medium-low heat. It's actually closer to low than medium. And I've melted 2 tablespoons of butter in the pan. And then I'm going to add the eggs. I think the mistake that most people make with scrambled eggs is that they do them over too high heat, and then the eggs become really dry. And we do want to cook these thoroughly, but we want them to be shiny rather than, I don't know, shiny rather than dusty. And if you're doing your eggs in a non-stick skillet like I am, be sure to use a silicone whisk, and you just slowly whisk the eggs as they cook. And you can see they are already starting to set up. They're creating these beautiful yolky curds. looks like egg drop soup. Okay, well, you get the idea, so I'll come back when these are ready and then we can assemble the wraps. Okay, assembly time. I want you to see this almond flour wrap. See how flexible it is? You can fold it in half, you can fold it into quarters. It's the tapioca flour that gives it so much elasticity. Now, I already have my wax paper cut out over here. So what you want to do is put the less attractive side facing up, and then add a tablespoon or two of these scrambled eggs. I'm going to move you a little closer. And then some bacon. And I'm going to break up the bacon. Just one strip over here. And then, now you could just fold this in half, but I'm going to try to roll mine with my impeccably clean hands. So take the sides and fold them in just a little, and then roll. And then tuck in the ends so that nothing falls out. And then wrap it up with wax paper. Like this. And then I'm putting mine in one of my freezer dishes. This is a Pyrex dish. Okay, I'll do one more. Let's see. Least attractive side up. Egg. These eggs are really nice because they are just perfectly cooked. Again, when you do scrambled eggs, think low and slow. You know, we could add some cheddar cheese to this. That would be nice. And then these will be microwaved on defrost for probably 4 minutes or so to reheat. This will be a very nice grab-and-go breakfast or something to eat, you know, while watching, I don't know, something on television. Wrap. I think you can, it'd be better to fold the sides like this. It doesn't really matter how you do it. You just want to wrap it up in the wax paper. Okay, I'll finish these off and then pop these in the freezer. We're going to have something really nice to eat. As I said, not just for breakfast, but for watching TV or a midnight snack, whatever. I still need to get a new tripod. This thing keeps wobbling around. So thank you for watching. I hope this video wasn't too long. It probably was. And if you enjoy cooking, if you enjoy freezer meals, which I'm going to be making quite a few of since we now have a freezer, I hope you'll subscribe and tap the little bell icon to receive notifications. And also post a comment below because I do love hearing from you. And that's all. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.